Hey, so, have you ever thought about why we watch movies? I mean, really thought about it? It's kind of funny when you break it down. You're sitting in a dark room, staring at a screen, watching people act like someone else. The whole thing isn't exactly practical. It doesn't solve our problems or help us get ahead in life. It's not a necessity like eating or sleeping, and yet we do it all the time. Why? For me, one of the big reasons is simple. Escape. Life can be overwhelming. We all have responsibilities. Work, school, family, bills. The list goes on. And sometimes it feels like it never stops. But then a movie comes along, and for a few hours, we are somewhere else. We are in a different time, in a new place, with new characters. The weight of everything gets put on pause, and for just a little while, you're not thinking about the real world. You're somewhere safe. But it's not just about running away from our problems. Movies also help us deal with them. They can make us understand emotions we have buried, or show us part of ourselves we didn't know were there. How many times have you watched a movie and thought, that's exactly how I feel right now? Movies can do that. They make us feel understood. A good film doesn't just entertain. It gives us a space to process things we might not want to face otherwise. It's not just the big dramatic stuff either. Sometimes it's the little things. Like when a character does something small that reminds you of a moment in your own life. Maybe it's a gesture, a look, a word. In those moments, movies can connect us to our own personal stories in ways we didn't expect. Another reason we watch movies, they help us understand others. I'm sure we all know that feeling when a movie shows a culture or lifestyle that's different from our own. Sometimes it's eye-opening. Maybe it teaches us something new, or maybe it challenges our assumptions. Movies have this ability to put us in someone else's shoes and see the world from their eyes. And in a world that often feels divided, that's pretty powerful. Movies also spark something in us, imagination. A good movie isn't just a story on screen. It's a whole world built from nothing. Special effects, makeup, set design. These things pull us into an environment that feels real. A director might show us a city in the future, or a place that's not even on Earth. Or they might take us to a moment in time that feels so alive, it makes you wish you could have been there. Some movies are so well made, they blur the line between reality and fiction. And for a brief time, we are living in that world. But let's be real. Not every movie has to be deep. Sometimes, we just watch for fun. And that's okay. Not every film has to make you cry or teach you something about the world. Sometimes, you just need to laugh, to see explosions, or to watch something totally mindless. And that's fine. There's no rule saying movies have to be high art or to be enjoyable. Sometimes the best part of a movie is just getting lost in it without thinking too hard. And then there's the way movies bring people together. Think about it. How many times have you watched a film and immediately wanted to talk about it? You call a friend or chat with someone online to discuss your favorite scenes or argue about the ending. Movies give us something to share. They spark conversations that go beyond just, did you like it? To deep debates and discussions. You get to connect with others over a shared experience. And then there are films that change you. Maybe it's not immediate, but weeks, months, or even years later, you remember it. A scene pops into your head at random and you think about it. Maybe it's changed how you view life. Maybe it gave you hope when you needed it. Movies don't just entertain, they leave a mark. They shape culture, influence ideas, and sometimes even change the way we act or think. But I think we also watch movies because they remind us of something important. We are all human. Movies reflect human experiences. Whether it's love, loss, victories or failure, they show us what it's like to be imperfect. And sometimes that's exactly what we need to see. We see characters mess up, learn, grow, maybe never change at all. But in the end, we see pieces of ourselves in those stories. And maybe, just maybe, we find a little comfort in that. So in the end, why do we watch movies? There's no one answer. You watch to escape, to feel, to connect, to learn, or just because we need a laugh. Movies give us something different each time. Sometimes they help us understand ourselves. Other times they let us dream, they open up new worlds, and sometimes they just give us a break from the real world. Whatever the reason, we keep watching, and I think that's what makes them so special. They're not just entertainment, they're a mirror, a window, and a doorway all at once. So yeah, maybe we don't need a reason to watch movies. Maybe it's enough to just enjoy them. Thanks for listening. See you next time.